So I'm here with a video that I was interested in doing for like the last month. So I just thought I'd go ahead and do it today. And that video is called My Hair Tag. And initially I thought that this tag would have questions, but I didn't find any questions. So I guess it's just me telling you guys like my hair story tag. So anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right in. Basically, I didn't have a perm. I didn't get my hair permed until I was like 13, maybe 14. And my hair was natural and it was really, really long, like I would say almost waist length. And my mom would straighten it with a hot comb. And I had like a lot of hair. I had like sideburns and like my arms were really hairy. So like people would always come up to me and like want to touch my hair, and they'd be like, oh, and they'd be like touching my face, and they'd be like, oh, your hair's so pretty, and you know people with thick hair are always really hairy, and oh, this is so pretty. And so all my life, like growing up, I would have people either touching my hair or touching my sideburns or touching my arms or something, and like, oh, you got that good hair, you can tell because you're so hairy, you know, like that. And basically, let's see, I started doing my own hair probably like in, I want to say the 5th grade, maybe 6th grade. I don't know, it's kind of fuzzy, but I know that like I started doing my own hair and it looked like a hot mess. I looked so just crazy. Basically it would be looking cute when I left the house, and then by like waiting at the bus stop outside at like 6 in the morning, it would be so frizzy and drawn up by the time I would get to school. So I hated my hair so much. And I had this one like really mean cousin. He would get everyone to make fun of me constantly. He would get people to make fun of my hair. It curls up in the back on the neck, you know, so they would be like, oh, you got all those little naps on the back of your neck, oh, all those little beady beads, and oh, and your sideburns. And it was just like horrible. I could not stand my hair at all, and it's mostly because he got everyone to make fun of me at school. So according to my parents, because I don't remember, I probably blocked it out from from being teased so much, but according to my parents, I begged them to get a perm because everybody was making fun of me at school. This is what they said. So I remember when I got a perm, I got a precise perm, and she had to use 2 boxes, and my hair was really, really long once it was permed, and it was very pretty, and I loved it. But fast forward all the way to like 8th grade, high school, like going into high school, I still didn't really like my hair. It really wasn't manageable for me being that long, and so I slowly just kind of chopped it all off. And my parents didn't even notice until somebody was like, your daughter's hair is like chin length. When did she cut her hair? And they were like, what? She cut her hair? I cut it all off, and they didn't even notice for like probably going on 4 weeks. So once I had it up to here, it was really manageable. And I would get that curling iron and I would just fry it. And I would like fry it so much like the hair would be like stuck to the barrel of the curling iron with the hairspray, and it would be sizzling and steaming and all kinds of stuff. And I used to put like all these little butterfly clips in my hair, and it was just like so cute. It was like the epitome of cuteness for a 15-year-old. And so that was my look all through I would say 9th and 10th grade. So after that phase wore off, then I started wearing my hair differently, because my hair grows really fast. So it eventually got back down to probably like armpit boob length, and the perms that I was using weren't necessarily strong. So basically my hair looked as if it really had maybe a texturizer in it. So I got more into doing braid outs, twist outs, or wash and goes. And that's pretty much what I did from 11th grade all the way to graduation. And at this time in my life, well, when I was younger, my dad like hated weave, and I was not permitted to wear weave, so that wasn't an option. So for me, doing the braid outs and the twist outs and the wash and goes was the easiest way for me to take care of my hair, to get it looking cute, and not just be like frying my hair out. Now, two things about my hair at this time is we didn't have silk caps back then. So I would sleep with a bandana on my head, and I would do stretching, like the banding method, and that's how I would get my hair straight after I'd wash it if I wanted a straighter look. Only thing was, it would wind up breaking my hair off because I would sleep with it like that. So my hair was always really short in the front, and I always had bangs, and then it would always be like really long in the back because it would break off. So anyway, around the time that I was like 19, I got highlights for the first time, which was a total nightmare because that lady did not know how to take care of my hair. She couldn't even get my hair straight, and she charged me like $80 for the highlights, and I didn't like them at all. So I dyed my hair black, and I just dyed my hair black and wore it black for like a really long time because I love jet black hair. I think jet black hair is so pretty. So yeah, so I would just dye my hair. But then fast forward to 21, I wanted highlights again. So I went to the JCPenney salon, and I made an appointment with this lady and everything, and I was so excited. And when I came into the salon, she took one look at my hair and she was like, "You have too much hair, and I am not doing it." End of story. I had an appointment. I had left work. I was all excited. I was crushed. I came back to work. They were like, "What happened to your highlights?" I was like, "She said I had too much hair." I was just like, I can't believe this. So then my mom, she told me to go to her stylist at that salon. And so that's basically where things just progressed into like a mad story of me becoming obsessed with straight hair, because I went to her. She did my highlights with she did them with foil. She didn't like using the cap, so I had all these brown highlights, and they were so pretty. And keep in mind, I was just doing braid outs and twist outs and wash and go, so I hadn't seen my hair straight in like 2 years. She put that chi in my hair, and it was so straight, and I was just like, "Oh, look at my hair!" I kept just whipping it around, and it was like I had found love with that chi flat iron. So I got one of those. Couldn't get my hair straight when I was at home. So I became super obsessed with having straight hair with highlights, and I had a standing appointment with my stylist, first time ever in my life. And yes, I started on this journey of just paying so much money to have straight hair. She eventually convinced me that my hair was not straight enough with using box perms, and that I should start getting my perms done by her professionally. And so I agreed because I was like, anything for straight hair, right? So I let her do my perms, and this is where things got kind of crazy, because around the time that I was like 20, 21, I found out that I was severely anemic, and my blood iron levels were so low that had they dropped any lower, I would have wound up in the hospital needing a blood transfusion. And so the doctors gave me these super strong iron pills, and they were like, "You need to take these twice a day." So I was taking them, and as I was like, I think I took them for like a month and a half, and I noticed my hair started falling out. Now, all my life, I've been told that having thick hair was a bad thing. Well, my hair's falling out, and I was just like, "Oh, I got a lot of hair, it's not going to be a big deal." By the time I was almost done with that bottle of iron pills, I would say I lost almost 75% of my hair. Like, the wind could blow, and you could see through my hair. And I was just like, wow, this is crazy. But it didn't really devastate me because my hair was still long. It was past my bra strap, and you know, I couldn't really tell that it fell out. It still looks pretty thick. And what happened was, I didn't start noticing it until the new growth came in, because then I had like an afro and all these long stringy hairs hanging down, and it was awful. So I wound up having to cut my hair like up to here, so that those hairs, all that new hair, could grow in. So for the first time in my life, I learned to appreciate having thick hair. because, you know, going through the process of having to grow my hair back, and having to cut my hair, it was just crazy. So, and it wasn't even my decision to cut my own hair. It was a person who was acting like they were my friend, and they were like, oh, your hair looks horrible, you need to get a haircut. It didn't look horrible. Let's get one thing straight. It was a little bit thin, but you see how much hair I have. It was still nice looking. I was still maintaining it. It was still all the way down my back. But this person was like, no, you need to cut your hair. I'm embarrassed to be seen with you. I thought she was being a good friend, and so I cut my hair. And then I realized that that was not at all the reason why she told me to cut it. But that's a different story. So anyway, that was one really important thing that happened to me in my hair story. And the other thing is just the process of me like bleaching and dyeing and bleaching and perming and dyeing and using box dyes and going to the salon. Like, I would just go there all the time. Like, I think maybe 3 times a year, get my hair highlighted or get a rinse put over the highlights. And one thing that I learned during all that time is that my hair never turned out the color that I wanted it to be. Like, one time I would get hair a color that I absolutely loved, and then after like 2 weeks it would fade, and then I would hate it. Or the roots would show, and then I would hate it. Or, the sun would make it look brassy, and then I would hate that. So going to a hairstylist for like 10 years, it made me realize that, one, I just need to be happy with the color that my hair is. And I'm going to tell you guys something about the whole dye my hair black thing. Is she told me that my hair was not supposed to be black and brown. She told me that that was sun damage. So, I started dyeing my hair black. I was like, well, I don't want it to look damaged. But, after I went natural, that was the color of my hair, and there was no sun damage because that was new hair, virgin hair. So, that's why I always used to dye my hair. But one of the things that really kind of was like wearing thin with me at going to the salon is, after my hair grew all the way back out from when it fell out from the iron pills, it got really long again, and it was really thick again. And then she started charging me like an extra like $30 because my hair was so thick. So, I was paying like $30 to get it straightened, and then after everything went back to normal, then I'm paying like $70. And I'm like, well, why do I have to pay so much? And she's like, well, you have more hair than everybody else in here. And then on top of having more hair and having to pay more, I was having to wait longer. Everyone was leaving before me. People were coming in after me and leaving before me, and I'd still be sitting there like, well, when am I going to leave? So the whole salon thing just wore me down so bad. It wore me down, and even when I was at home, I could not get my hair straight. And I just started noticing that the professional perms took away my curl pattern. Remember, I told you guys, like, I was using a box perm to perm my own hair, so it really wasn't that straight, but I could still do wash and goes. And it had gotten to the point where I was doing my wash and goes, and it would still just be bone straight. Not straight like how I wanted it, but it wouldn't be curly or anything. So the whole time that I was going to the salon, I would do double processes and stuff like that. My hair never fell out from dyeing it and bleaching it. I never had a problem with any of that. The only thing that ever just took my hair down completely was my iron deficiency. And I can tell you, I don't want to go back there again.